flow. 19 with a, I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. He said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down. Soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Atlanta Falcons. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On second down, Cook. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. From the gun, here's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's the former Jet and now Giant, Damon Harrison. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Wesley Woodyard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Brad Nortman now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here's Sherrills. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Do something. Set. 180.
Out of the gun, Newton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
20.
From the red zone now, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Set. 180.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Set. 180. 20.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gun.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Third and long for Prescott. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Handoff comes to Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on second down is Newton. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Sit. 180. Hey.
They'll run with Cook. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Sit. 180.
He's going to get it running right. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken short. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Come on, 46. Let's go. Let's finish now. 26.
Now it's Jamal Charles in the game. He gets the call here. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding room inside the 40. And all all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Orleans Darkwa, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
to make a big play. Yeah. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Check 50. Check 50. Gun.
Here's Newton now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. It's caught. Nelson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On first down, it's Newton. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Gun. That's it. 180.
On second down, here's Newton. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
That's right now. Ready? Like 80. Gun. Do something.
From the gun, Newton. Caught by Nelson left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Gun. 780. 20.
To throw on second down, Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A second down throw for Prescott. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, left side here to Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Do something.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Gun. Set. 180. Rock now. Gun. Do something.
From the gun, Newton lets it go for Nelson. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Giant territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Here we go, 46.
Now Prescott. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
To throw is Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Prescott now. And it's caught by Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. A first down carry here for Charles. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
switching, hey. Here we go, 198. Here we go, 47. 26.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Prescott from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area. So no grounding call.
Prescott. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Charles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 9. And just like that, it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A dump off for Charles. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Here we go, 47, 47. Here we go, 48. 46.
Now Darkwa. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Here's Prescott. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. On the run, Darkwa. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
46. Here we go. Line 8. 46.
Prescott to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go. 46. 46. Here we go. Line 8. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 46. 46. Here we go. Line 8. 26.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the Giants ready to come out now. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
46.
Back to throw. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Atlanta, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Can you hear me now?